So, I'm at CXCR. I am a connoisseur of crap. Normally I have some sort of fixed format for this. Like, here's what you don't do. Here are the types of creepypastas or crappypastas. But I said screw it, and my lovely assistant, persona, dude, guy, person, Joker, sure, is going to pass around the spooky box, and everybody will take a number. And as that's going on, I'll warm myself with a little story called Help.
Help me.
Well, I'll explain why you're drawing numbers in a moment. Oh, crap, more people came in. Oh my god, okay, we're gonna have to add more numbers to the box.
Okay, put more stuff in the box.
Should I just quickly continue passing?
Yeah, let's go.
Go!
If you run out of numbers, just let me know.
Alright, will do.
Okay, help. Sure.
Oh, now we need to get rid of
Get in character.
It's in my bag. It
For
hurts.
the last few weeks, I've been confused, upset, but mostly scared. I started reading creepypastas about 3 weeks before the 28th of May, 2013. I think I saw Jeff and Smile, but I think I'm just going crazy. Or am I? I feel like taking out my eyes, grabbing a knife, and cutting my face, arms, legs, and everything. At times, I just want to become a cold-blooded killer. See blood on my fingertips and see people lie there just dead. You know, I see and hear things that other people can't, and it's not all good. Almost every night, I wake up from the same nightmare, and I feel the scars that were made in the nightmare on my face, arms, legs, and everything, everywhere on my body. I just want creepy things only. Is that too much to ask for? I started reading about things like hoodoo. Wait, what's hoodoo? Wait, how close is V to A? Okay, it's relatively close. It's hoodoo. Dark magic and symbols. My internet is not helping because I start watching a creepypasta, then it shuts down. Or I watch a creepypasta, then I watch other types of videos, and same thing. Another thing. I feel like I'm being watched all the time, like a ghost or something. If you know how to help, email me at, oh my god, why did he put his email at the end of this? I'm not gonna say what it is.
Say it!
No.
Say it!
Do it!
Do it! Say
It actually got redacted before it got posted on Crappypasta.com. Which, by the way, is one of the places where you can find this. Also, if you go to Troll Pasta Wikia, under the pasta trying to be serious but it fails miserably tab, you can find some good ones there too.
Alright,
So,
I'm gonna need more numbers.
okay, alright, hold on.
Alright, so,
How many more?
let's see.
4.
Here, I have numbers here, just,
3.
this is a train wreck. Anyway, so,
My life
the
is a train
reason
wreck.
why I'm having you all draw numbers is you are basically going to decide what stories get read. So, when the box comes back, whenever that is, I don't know, people keep filing in, I will put my own numbers in, draw a number, and whoever has that number gets to pick what pasta we read next. Now, there are 3 different categories you can choose from.
Would I need to draw?
Those categories are the idiot box,
Alright, who doesn't have a number?
and that's all like TV related, so theories on TV shows, lost episodes, disturbing episodes, stuff like that. Category 2 is Get Mary Sued, and that's original character kind of stuff. Oh, I lied, there were 4 categories.
2 more, please.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh wait, never mind. I drawn something.
Oh no, the spooky box produced more numbers. Okay. Next category, it was just a glitch. That's all video game related stuff. And the final category is, I don't know, you figure it out. Which is just absolutely everything else.
You 2 need. Alright, 2 more.
Oh, me too.
Oh.
These the only 3 I have left. You'll have to just manage as you can. Oh, okay, so.
Alright, so who needs one?
So, I was going to use the box for all these, but since that's going on, I'm just going to like spread these out on the table. Okay, this one is good. Oh, by the way, I should have explained this earlier, but some of these pastas have hidden qualities about them. Sometimes you'll be able to pick an additional pasta after that one gets read. Sometimes you'll have the opportunity to come up here and help read them with me. One of them has the mystery prize because it's a fake one that I made up. And the other one is a troll pasta I threw in just because I wanted to. Now, who here drew number 37? Hey, what's your name? Matthew. Okay, your categories are, I don't know, you figure it out. It was just a glitch, get Mary sued, or the idiot box. Which do you want? It was just a glitch. It was just a glitch. Okay. Your selections are NHL 12, Slender and Mario, Rouge EXE, not .exe, just EXE, The Scary Sonic 06, or Don't Be There. Which do you want?
Quick question.
Yes?
Wouldn't Scary Sonic 06 just be Sonic 06?
Probably.
It's no use. Slender and Mario.
Slender and Mario, excellent choice. The find command still works fine. All right, Slender and Mario, here we go. So there was this one time when the Slender Moss had decided to do something out of the ordinary. He went to go and join the Mario Kart rally. And he did. He won every race because he would just teleport to the end. It was like a Crappypasta game show. Mario was getting mad at this behavior and started to build a car that could kill him and stop Slender from stealing his flame. His car had all that it needed to destroy Slenderman. He built it, and next race, he found out that Slenderman can't be killed. He just made him angry, and he went on a rampage and killed all the members of the Mario Kart. This is how Wario started his gaming and he got famous. Wait, wouldn't Wario be killed too?
Oh wait, that was the dude?
Yeah, everyone's dead in Mario Kart except Wario. So Matthew, that is your name, right? It's okay. You picked a +1 pasta, which means you get to select another. Do you want to stay in that category and move to something else?
It hurts just a little bit because I can hear it.
Okay, so the rest of the choices, because you already did Slender Mario, are NHL 12, The Scary Sonic 06, Rouge EXE, or Don't Be There. Which do you want? The Scary Sonic 06? You just selected the volunteer pasta. Do you want to read? All right, let's do it. I probably should have set up the mic before asking.
Are you kidding?
So,
Are you kidding?
right. Now, let's see if I can find this. So, anytime there is dialogue, you're going to read it. Now, where did I put that music? All right. I know it's the wrong game. Shut up. Also, I need to do a favor. This is broken up in paragraphs. I have a wall of text to deal with over here. So I've always been a fan of video games ever since I was born. My mom said that even when I was a fetus, I probably played Game Boy in there. I recently found a copy of my favorite Sonic game in the franchise, Sonic 06. I found it in my grandpa's attic, which was strangely filled with strange chairs and whips for some reason. I don't have a clue how he knew Sonic 06 was my favorite game ever. As soon as I popped in the disc and started, 3 ads played. Remember how ads would play when you started out Sonic 06? So, I saw an ad for a new Gem series. I screamed,
Oh my god, I love Jen!
but something was weird. Her eyes were blood red. There was also an ad for Hey You Pikachu 2, the final ad, and was the Brave Little Toaster reader. At the end of these ads, it said all of these characters are in the game. I said to myself,
Must be modded. This is gonna be fun.
oh my god, this is horrible. I was in the, it didn't even show any menus. It was Sonic tied to a chair with Jen, the brave little toaster, and Pikachu cornering Sonic, and they all had knives. And they were whispering,
Red rum, red rum, red rum.
and I thought to myself,
My grandpa must have modded that. What a weird guy.
what grandpa does that? And then I heard a knock on my door. I live in a super mansion because my parents are so rich they let me live by myself. And it was a basket. Not any basket, but a wicker basket. And it had my favorite films in it. The Wicker Man, Epic Movie, and Norbit. And it also had plushies of Pikachu, Gem, and the brave little toaster. On my lawn, I saw a dead blue painted hedgehog. Whoa, I just got whiplash. So I took out Sonic 06 and started to watch Norbit because lol, that Sonic 06 sucked. And then I heard a rustling in my house and I said to myself,
Must be my maid.
and then from out behind me I felt 3 hands touch me. I jerked back and I saw them all moving with giant knives and whispering,
Red rum, red rum, red rum.
and then they all cornered me and I was in the game! I got out because I'm super kick-ass and I did a triple black belt in karate. And then we all hugged and had cookies because we're all best friends now. They said,
Wow, you're such a badass. We love you. You're no king.
and then they made me snickerdoodle cookies, which are my favorite. Thank you, Matthew. That was great. Now, do I let the music keep playing just to see how high-pitched the voice gets? By the way, shout-outs to Silva Gunner. Okay. Now, I saw some people just come in. Did you want a number to participate in this? Okay. Where did all those numbers go? Okay, anyone who wants a number? Persona Dude Guy will try to get you one, although it's first come, first serve. So. Okay, I gotta shut this off. This is hurting my ears now.
Thank you.
Okay, number.
Right, anybody want a number?
Who's Agent 47? Hey, what's your name? All right. What category do you want? Do you want Idiot Box, Get Mary Sued, It Was Just a Glitch, or I Don't Know, You Figure It Out? I don't know, you figure it out. Okay, your choices are Slenderman Miss Gay, Your Mother, The McDonald's Building, Dofaemon, or Yowie Love. Or you can let me pick if you just can't choose. You want me to pick? Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna leave you in suspense by picking the McDonald's Building. It's okay, you guys can pick it again later. There's a reason I'm picking this one. It's because it absolutely infuriates me. It's infuriating my computer right now because it refuses to find it. Okay, there it goes. So this starts with a warning label, actually. It's my favorite warning to give at the beginning of every pasta, which is, this is my first pasta, sorry for the grammar errors. And away we go.
You know that's a sign of quality.
A few months ago, I was driving along the streets in Los Angeles with my friend, Zach, until we realized we were running out of gas. Remember that for later. We were trying to park somewhere to give our car a rest, but no luck. Then something caught our eyes. It was a McDonald's building. It was a McDonald's building with Ronald McDonald at the top.
Okay, then yeah, that's a
When we parked by the parking lot, we noticed that there was no customers inside. They were no customers inside. It was weird considering that McDonald's was open 24/7. Also, there were no cars either. I could, yeah, imagine that. I could have swore that the Ronald McDonald statue turned its head against me. They all quit. Anyway, I told Zach about it, but when he saw it, it was in normal position. He told me I was going nuts, but the statue did turn its head. I then heard a faint laugh coming from inside. Oh my God, you predicted it, didn't you? We got terrified. I tried opening the door, but it was locked by a rusty master combination lock. We didn't have time to figure out the combination, so Zach pulled out his gun and shot at it. And it was finally unlocked. So we opened the door to the inside, and what we saw was so horrible. There were dead corpses all over the tables and chairs, and lots of blood in the soda machine. You can never have too much blood. By the way, first 2 rows, you're the splash zone. We puked in the trash can that was next to us, but before we did that, I saw mutilated arms and legs inside, which made us puke even more. Oh God, they're caught in an infinite loop, aren't they? Thanks, I lost my place. Now we gotta do the whole story over again. No, we don't. How did McDonald's end up like this? We were so hungry, so we ran into the kitchen. Yeah, they're hungry now. Vomiting does that, I guess. There were fries and a few burgers. I thought we finally found food, until we saw more corpses. This time, they had no eyeballs, just blood coming from the sockets. Their stomachs had been ripped open, with the organs ripped out. I tried ignoring them, but they still bother me. I didn't even have time to eat fries. I didn't even care. We tried escaping through the main door, but it mysteriously locked by itself. So Zach shot at it, and no, he didn't do that. We were prisoners inside the building. I guess there were no windows or anything for them to break through? Yeah, you'd think so. We got scared just by staring at the corpses. Why are you staring at the corpses? Zach and I spit it up, trying to look for an exit. Oh, I thought that meant I spit up like I started throwing up again. He went to a door that was covered in oil. Or maybe it was just prior fat, I don't know. I didn't want to enter with him because I felt that danger was lurking behind that door.
Oh, now.
Oh, now.
Yeah, now they're in danger. Now.
Oh, they went to another dimension or something?
That's when I saw a small bomb in one of the dining tables. If this McDonald's goes under 55 miles per hour, they're screwed. I picked up, fused with my lighter, and placed it on the door. After 10 seconds, it finally exploded. I was free to go wherever I want. I tried calling to him to come back, but he didn't. Wait, Zach went in the door? I filled up my car with my backup gas supply. Hold on!
What?
They can't. You had gas. All right, it just needed to rest. I waited for him to go back to my car with me. It was now 7 p.m. How long were they at this McDonald's? That's when I saw a tall figure coming from the door with a chainsaw. I drove away as fast as I could. I managed to escape my house. Zach never came back at all. Yeah, they're back at his house now. Breakneck storytelling. 2 days later, I received a newspaper with the most disturbing headline of all. It said, 2 boys went to a abandoned McDonald's restaurant on the far side of Los Angeles. I don't know. If you're going to ask questions about these stories, I'm not going to answer any of them. Not because I don't want to, because I can't. Police are still trying to locate the man, but they never found proof. Then they mysteriously disappeared by entering an oil-covered door. Wait, they know about that? What was behind that door? How did they all went missing? I hope someone would this mystery anytime soon. And who is the strange figure? Tune in next week, I guess? Okay. Do you see now why I wanted to read that one?
Wanted to rock and roll McDonald's?
Yes, that was the main reason.
I got a question.
Yes?
Do they get fries in them?
That's another plot point that will never be resolved until the sequel. I think they got one of those Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog toys. All right. Okay, I'm just picking a new number. 26. All right, cool. What's your name?
My name's Catherine.
Catherine, your choice. What category do it go to? I don't know, you figure it out. It was just a glitch. Get Mary sued, or the idiot. Get Mary sued, okay. Your choices are Morana, Nightmare, The Party Killer, Slenderman versus Commando, or Jeff the Killer versus Jeffrey the Killer. Okay. Oh my God, this is gonna suck. Now, I hope this is Commando from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. How many what? Sorry? Well, I didn't classify any of them, so technically all of these could be. All right, Slenderman versus Commando, here we go. Oh my God, there are no periods in this. Damn it, it's empty. It was a lonely night. Commando was 9. He's Slender and thinking weird bad things happen to him all the time. He thinks he's the enemy, but no, it's just a moth. So then there was a night where he was alone, and he got on his computer and played level up. He was cold and scared and distressed. At the same time, he wanted to play something else, and he found Slender. He died. A lot. And then the moment came. He had all 8 pages. Slenderman got to him, and he thought there would be credits, but instead he heard a deep voice that said, "I'm glad you beat my name, so I'll give you a prize fight." So Commando looked behind him, and there it was, a tall thing. Yeah, it was a Slenderman. Slenderman grabbed Commando by his face. Commando headbutted him in his faceless face, and Slenderman let him go. Then Commando ran to the pool. Slenderman teleported to him. Commando grabbed him by his suit and threw him in the pool. Slenderman was burning, melting. Commando watched him, knowing it was not enough to kill Slenderman, so he blessed the pool, and it was holy water. Slenderman burned and burned, and he sat and watched, and Slenderman died. Commando saw the souls go back to 3 bodies. The bodies go to their homes, and Commando knew that he saved the world, but you're wondering who or where is Commando? Well, I'm Commando. I'm okay. I practiced by doing some old Micro Machines commercials. I'm good. Oh my God, I just dated myself with that reference, didn't I? I'm old. And let's see. I gotta keep this music going while I pick numbers just to make it more dramatic. Oh, absolutely terrified. Let's see. Who's 17? Oh, awesome. Your name? Mariela, okay. Shall we do, I don't know, you figure it out? It was just a glitch? Get Mary sued, or the idiot box? The idiot box! Okay. Your choices are, hold on, I gotta cut the music. Your choices are Evil Power Rangers, Popeye the Sailor Man Theory, Inuyasha Disturbed Episode, Man vs. Food Lost Episode, or Mythbusters Lost Episode.
Yes!
Okay.
You're gonna be mad because it's
Sorry,
the
just a
last
moment.
episode.
All right. Man vs. Food Lost Episode. Now, I have to admit something. There is no Man vs. Food Lost Episode. You win the prize! Now, I just have the citizen at home, but it just so happens to be the scariest game available for the PlayStation 2. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but they were really desperate to sell this game. So inside every copy, they have the game, the instruction book, and a $20 Steam gift card. So that is yours. Now, by picking that, you unlocked the hidden pasta. This is called, it's in all caps, so I have to do. World is punishment!
And the poor dog just woke up. He just woke up the dog.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Did you want Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer instead? By the way, I didn't pronounce the full title because there's an anime emote at the end of this and I don't know how to pronounce it. It's the closed eyes one. And this is another wall of text, so I'm probably going to lose my place like 4 times reading this. World is punishment. This pasta is punishment. Why did I do? Why, Max? Why? I am one of you. I am a creepypasta. I am just punished. I'm like Jeff the Killer. I'm like the rape. I'm bloodthirsty. This cell, the desperate, I can't take it. No one can. No one ever can. Even Slender himself. Why? I'm like you. Let me out. It all began when I was attacked by a thief. A thief. I before E, except after thief. He killed me, but I did get a second chance. He killed my wife, my children. He took my wallet and got my passport. You should reorder these so that the... But I got my revenge. Every night I would go to the streets, search for those who commit crimes, kill them, eat them alive. Perhaps they don't know. There is punishment! How am I going to do that to a dog every time there's caps lock in this? I am so sorry. World is punishment. I would do things to them that I'm not happy with. Drag them alive or dead, take out their flesh blood inside, tear them out. But one day it happened. I saw Jeff the Killer. He was... Sorry, the emote happened again. He was stalking his next victim, a young 15-year-old girl. I couldn't let that leave without punishment. After all, world is punishment! Jeff followed her home. So did I follow Jeff. Didn't notice. I guess it's easy not to get noticed with my body, but I will tell you what I am in the end. So hold with me. As I was saying, Jeff staked the girl. He waited until she fell asleep, which was on 12/20 on a hot summer night. He said to himself, I will do it old school. Didn't I mention I can read people's thoughts? I'm happy with that. Jeff did wait till she woke up. When she did, she saw him that white ugly face, that's actually right here. I hate him. He said, go to sleep. Before he finished, I staked him with my fangs. He was shocked when he turned to me, he saw me, he said, why? Why are you doing this, Shadow Shade? I guess he's the ultimate lightning. I thought we were, I replayed in anger. You son of a bitch. You were staking a young lady, you can't do that. I might be a pasta, but I'm still human. Not like you, you animal. You lost your humanity, although you're a human. Wait, hold on, what? I'm just gonna keep reading and hope for the best. And I turned my fangs, hearing that satisfying sound of blood bleeding, bones crunching, and mixing. I was so happy the girl said, please don't kill me.
What about Dad?
I don't know. That's gonna be my answer to all of your questions. Then I closed the window, I waved goodbye. She slept well. I wasn't done with Jeff. I dragged his barley alive body. He was crying. He was crying. Jeff isn't supposed to cry. He said when I met him, "You'll never go to sleep. You'll never cry. Laughing and killing is my thing." I don't see that part of Jeff anymore. What I see is a winning kid. Winning. I reached that cabin when Slenderman saw Jeff. He was terrified. He stared at with the emotionless face. He asked aggressively, "What did happen?" I said, "Jeff was shot by a police cop." He did fight back, but then he did lose. He did lose the blood. He wanted Jeff couldn't speak because of the damage done to the jaw. Slenderman seemed to believe me, but when another creepypasta came, I was worried. I never saw him. And you might never heard of him. His blonde hair is yellow, like the summer fillets. His cloths are pitch bulk. Wearing short sleeve cloths, I was sure he was Max's most, he is the most terrifying thing to me. He came here because he docents lies, so there was no escaping from him. And he was visiting me when I was 5. He sitted at my window and sang, "Go to sleep, go to sleep. Close your small little sweetheart. Go to sleep, go to sleep. No monster shall visit through the window. Through, like a baseball, the sea. Through the land, moving freely. Sleep tonight, so tomorrow is gonna be a good day." Sweet baby song melody. I liked the song, but as I grew up, he came less and less. One day he said to me, "World is punishment! If you harmed, you are unforgiven, and you will pay." I knew he did. Oh my God, there's terrified of this story.
You just wrote this on before. Thanks a lot. Well, this way.
I knew he'd read the idea, so I tried to stop thinking about the thing. I said the thing because I didn't want him to know. He sensed my lie about that story about Jeff's things. He asked, "Shadow?" I answered, "Yes." He asked, "What did the cop use as a weapon?" I answered, "Shaking." Shaking. Oh no, what did he use as a weapon? I lost my spot. Okay, there's a knife, a sniper, and a rifle. Sniper and rifle are two separate things. Max's moose said, "I will keep my eye on you." What did I need to finish this lie? I did water in the street, and I heard it. Guess who it was? 2 police officers knocking on a door. I approached them, and when they saw me, they asked me to stand by. I did so. As they say, and asked why, the officer said, "The family that owns this house is trapped by seed eater." He likes sesame seeds, I guess. He is trying to eat them, but the father is hiding upstairs. He locked the door with furniture. I said, "Stand back." They did so, but after a conversation, what I did do is I took off the hottie. They saw me. They saw, and they did know I am the shadow shade. They said, "Don't steal their youth, please." "Don't! We will not tell anyone about you." I laughed and laughed. They got scared. One was Mexican. I can tell by his long gooch. I'm not apologizing on this guy's behalf. And the other American, well, I said, "I don't do that anymore. I help those in need and kill those who feed." I broke down. He's a seed eater. He feeds. Oh my God, I lost my place again. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, there it is. I broke down the door, breaking the furniture, and entered. I headed upstairs. I saw a seed eater. He asked for help. I power slammed him on the ground. and won the WWE title. That's how you do it, brother! I would be concerned if this thing showed up in my house too. Do I have to do a word search for power slam? I want to play again. I brought the police, pinned him on the ground. 1, 2, no. And he tried to bite off one of the officers, so what did I do? Easily, I did put my fang into him. I started techiing out his limbs and bones. I was enjoying it like no other crime, killing those bastards. They killed so many. They have blood in and outside them. So I liked them more. I knew that Slender is gonna be the best meal. After freeing the family, I quickly headed to Slenderman in that cabin. What did I do first? Easily, I did choke him. And he did show his tentacles. I ripped them off one by one. He tried to run, but my claws had him pinned. I started takiing him down. Taki. I enjoyed every single moment. Then he died. I did head to the room Jeff was healing in. I did open the injury and I killed him for good. Fatality. I headed to the other room and I saw a young teenage that was about to be killed by Smile Dog and Eyelash Jack. And Eyelash Jack. I did put my fangs through them and they died once and for all. Miles. And they died once and for all. I asked the teenage if anyone else was here. She said, there was this winged man, this wing-coated man. Bring a knife, and I knew it was Mothman. I headed into the graveyard, and I saw him bringing a knife. I clawed him to death. He was easy because I started with his wings. I brought the teenage back to her parents. Sure, they were grieful, but when I returned, Max's Most was waiting. For me there, he locked me into this cell with the other betrayers. I don't care. I eliminated the world's most dangerous beast. I know that I did do something right, and he'll do something right once I'm out of here. If I'm ever out of here, well, may God have mercy on them. And remember, world is punishment for those who seek power and blood they shall not be forgiven or have mercy on. How do I even follow that? 38. Anyone have number 38?
Oh, yeah, that's
You, yes, your name.
What's that?
Oh, hold on, I'll cut the music. Sorry, what's your name?
What's that?
Okay, awesome. Let's see. What category do you want? Do you want the idiot box, get Mary sued, it was just a glitch, or I don't know, you figure it out?
The idiot box.
Sorry, did you say idiot box?
Yes.
Okay, well, your remaining choices are Evil Power Rangers, Popeye the Sailor Man Theory, Inuyasha Disturbed Episode, or Mythbusters Lost Episode.
Mythbusters.
Mythbusters. You've selected a volunteer pasta. Do you want to come up and read this?
Sure.
Okay, for some reason I don't have a printout of this, so we're going to share my laptop. Dog should be concerned about the story. I'm more concerned that the story exists in the first place.
Yes, she has some concern.
Okay, I'm gonna up the text size next time I get this going.
I know, I feel like I'm so proud of myself.
How are you?
She had tears. She had tears.
Okay, I'll just cue you when it's your turn to read dialogue.
Alright.
So, you're going to voice Jay, and I'll be Jamie.
Jamie's a girl, right?
No?
Oh, so it's two guys.
Yes.
Sure it's not Ivan.
That way.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just adjusting the zoom so he can read this. Is that good? Okay. I remember exactly when I found it. I remember because that was the day I lost my job. Oh wait, I forgot. There's this long spiel where this guy lost his job and finds the tape on the ground. We're gonna skip that because it's way too long. I popped the VHS tape in. There were a few puffs and twitches before the Mythbusters intro came in. There was some static here and there, and it had very poor quality. The camera cut to Adam and Jamie, brainstorming about what the myth would be. They stood in the warehouse for an eternity, thinking out loud about what the myth will be. This went on for about 10 very boring minutes. I was about to turn it off until... So what's the myth for today? Adam suddenly said. Oh, sorry, you're Jamie.
What?
Said Jamie in a somewhat sarcastic voice. I said, what's the myth for today, Jamie? Said Adam in a stern voice.
I can't hear you. Adam, so what did you say?
Said Jamie. Dear God, Jamie, I said, what's the myth for today? Adam said in that more strict tone.
Adam, please speak up. I really can't hear you.
Jamie said in a stern voice. I said, what's the myth for today, Jamie? Adam shouted. What was odd was that Adam shouted that in a very angry voice. He usually never gets angry. That wasn't the oddest thing, though. What was odd is that the screen cut to static for 2 minutes. I love how in these stories people just have like a stopwatch out to know exactly how long this happens. Before cut back to Adam and Jamie.
I really can't hear you, Adam. You know I can't hear that.
Adam looked as if he was going to burst. You know what I'm saying, Jamie! You can hear me! The last time I said, what's the myth for today? This is the last time I'm rephrasing this! Adam was red and so angry his glasses even fell off when he was shouting. Then, everyone stood still and went back to brainstorming. Adam or Jamie didn't think out loud anymore. They just stood in the room staring at the camera. But I could have sworn they were staring at me. At this point, there was a complete silence. This went on for a painful 11 minutes before Adam blurted out, Jamie, remember the old myth we did about if you put a jawbreaker in a microwave, it explodes?
Yes, Adam, of course. Why?
Jamie said as he was thinking. The last time we did it, the viewers said it was too abrupt. We got a lot of complaints that they want to do it again, Adam said.
Well, I think we could do it and satisfy you.
Said Jamie. After that, there was a long period of silence. They stood there for 3 minutes. How many minutes were there? I won't know. Before the screen went black. It cut to static while the background noise seemed to be horrible screaming. The screaming got louder. The static cut to Adam and Jamie standing in a different room. Adam's eyes were bloodshot. Jamie's were also. Okay, Jamie, let's get started on the myth, Adam said. A male announcer in the background said in a deep demonic voice. Can you do a deep demonic voice? Okay. Can you do a high demonic voice? Can you do a demonic voice?
I will start laughing so much.
Go right ahead.
Everyone's looking at you.
So for this test, Adam and Jamie are going to need to use microwaves and jawbreakers.
That was terrifying. The camera turned to static for 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Very specific. Before it showed Adam pop a jawbreaker into the microwave. He put the timer to, what did he put the timer to, everyone? 6 hours, 6 minutes, and 6 seconds.
Wait, the last one was 6 hours.
Yeah, you can set a microwave to that, yes. The camera cut to what was happening inside the microwave. I could see the jawbreaker in the packet started wrapping and contorting to odd shapes. Suddenly, the wrapper on the jawbreaker started to slowly catch fire. The fire soon engulfed the microwave. Fire engulfed the room and started burning it down. It started to melt the plaster on the walls. It started warping the windows. Adam and Jamie froze in the whole commotion. They were obviously scared. The screen then cut to static for 4 minutes. The shelf fell over. The work tools spilled all over the ground. The ceiling started to fall apart. The white labels on each box turned black and burned.
What are we gonna do, Adam?
Screamed Jamie. I don't know! Shouted Adam.
Get the fire extinguisher, for God's sake.
Screamed Jamie. But where the heck is it? Yelled Adam over the burning fire.
I don't know. Look for it so we don't die.
Can't you just look?
Just hurry, for God's sake, Adam. Just look for it.
Okay, just stop. Oh, God! He screamed because the fire caught on his leg.
Oh, God, Adam. Adam.
Don't just stand there, Jamie! Help! He flailed his arms and screamed. I just imagined Curry going, but then the fire spread all over his body.
Don't worry, Adam. We'll come help.
Just then, the whole warehouse collapsed on Adam and Jamie and the camera crew. Just before the building collapses, Adam says, myth confirmed. Thank you so much. 27? Anybody have 27? All right, moving on.
I keep seeing it since I was
40.
That's like
2 strikes. Oh no, I don't know. We'll say this is 6. Okay, we'll say it's 9. You know what? You've been persistent, so you first and then you second. Okay, so do you want the idiot box, get Mary sued, it was just a glitch, or I don't know, you figure it out? I don't know, you figure it out.
You figure it out.
Okay, your choices are Slenderman Miss Gay, Your Mother, Dopaimon, or Yowie Love. Yowie Love it is.
Wait, is this a normal fan fiction or a graphic?
If you just want to step up and read this, you could. Well, that's already here. It's your mother.
I love this now. This is another game.
All right. Yowie Love. I was searching the internet when I found something called Yowie. I asked my friend what it meant. It means couples who love each other a lot. You shouldn't look at it a lot. He said with a quick whisper, okay. I said, each day I wonder and wonder what I look like. And when the day comes, I saw it. I searched Yowie. And what saw was blood everywhere. Holy crap, what did you... With the text, Yowie Love. Blood dripping, blood off it. And I felt a hand. When I looked, my friend had blood on his hand. His face was gone. I jumped off my chair, repeating this was a dream, saying, wake up, over and over again and again and again. My friend fell down, blood and guts everywhere. The picture was getting bloodier and bloodier until I heard, stop crying, dear girl. Came out of the shadow. Bloody skin, black hair. When I saw the cashier, she was there, standing. I bet. The end. Now, I think you would agree that that was rather short and disappointing. Which is exactly why I made it a +1 pasta. You get to choose another. Do you want to stay in that category or move to something else? Okay, your choices are Slenderman Miss Gay, Your Mother, or Dopaimon. Oh, you made a poor choice, but we're going to find out about your mother.
Oh shit!
Now, I admit, your mother is the troll pasta.
I knew she was always hiding something.
Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away,
Oh my god.
your mother and I were eating pasta. After working down the meal, she farted loudly and left the room. I was so terrified by the horrifying tragedy that I destroyed my computer at once. I later began to experience awful nightmares, which became progressively worse until I promptly committed suicide by cutting my wrists. Afterwards, I got on my computer and wrote this story, so other people may know of the devastating events that even now haunt my every waking moment of my life and fill my dreams with terror and fright, even though I'm dead. I did not know that about anyone's mother. All right, now fair's fair. You get to choose the next story. Would you like to do Idiot Box, Get Mary Sued? Well, you know the categories by now?
Get married soon.
Get Mary Sued. So, are we going to find out about Marana, Nightmare, the Party Killer, or Jeff the Killer versus Jeffrey the Killer?
I think Morana sounds like a host.
Marana does sound kind of OC-ish. Let's find out about Marana. She is a 17-foot-tall woman with fingernails that touch the floor. She murdered her family and friends when she was 12. Now she walks the swamps with blood dripping from empty eye sockets, crying for her beloved dog, Carmel. That's it. But that was a +1 pasta, so you get to choose again. Do you want to stay in that category or move to something else?
Stay in that category.
Okay, well, the only ones left are Nightmare, the Party Killer, or Jeff the Killer versus Jeffrey the Killer.
Nightmare.
Jeff the Killer versus Jeffrey the Killer?
Nightmare.
Oh, Nightmare.
Nightmare.
I thought you said right there. I was a little confused.
Can't English there.
Now, the bad part about this is other stories have the word nightmare in them, so it's going to be hard for me to find this one. Wait, okay, there it is.
It's funny because
I think this is from Shadow Man. I still need to play through that game.
I know. I'm not the one that should get that school. I have no
Hello, I'm Sam. Sam Scopella. I'm 8 years old and I live in Australia. Anyway, I'm not going to hold this accent through the whole thing, but I'm going to try. I'm completely obsessed with Crappypasta and, well, I'd like to experience the life of CP. Crappypasta. Well, first, I am insane. Yes, I said it. Insane! Like Jeff, the killer. I really... 666. He just typed random gibberish followed by 666, so I don't know how to say that. Anyway, I have short-term memory loss, which you already tell I forget things in like, say, 10 seconds. Here's some other stuff I have. 1, Tourette syndrome. 2, 666. 3, insanity. 4, bloodshot eyes. 5, black ass skin. 6, can tell the future, sometimes. 7, telekinesis. One day me and my mom and dad and my little bro went to the park and a couple of punks jumped us. And I fought back. Only me, not my dad. Not my midget brother. Whoa. Not my mum. Punks were soon beat up and then I searched for them. I found out that one of them smoked, and then I took the lighter. Then I started to see if it worked, and it did. A little too much. Then my arm burst into flames, and my skin was burnt from egg-English skin to black. Then I ran to the pond, I got wet as much as I could, but then I passed out. I soon woke up in the hospital. I couldn't see. I touched my face, and then I felt a kind of feverish feel. I knew there were bandages on my face, so then I fell straight back to sleep. Then I woke up, my mom asked me, Sam, are you okay? I said yes. And then they said I could take off the bandages. When I took them off, my mom screamed, and then I asked, what? With a worried voice. Then my dad said, Sam, could you go take a look? Then when I looked in the mirror, I said, holy shit! Then we went home. Then we got home to put the bandages over my mouth. Then my little brother said, Sam, I'm not scared of you, not like Mom. Then I said, what? You're four, Ben. Four, I tell you. Then he said, I know. I don't know why he becomes Eeyore, but he does. Then our mom called Ben for bed, and she said I could stay up all night because my eyelids were burned off. Is that really how it works? You tell me. Then I got a knife and cut my cheeks as much as I could. But I didn't hurt because my skin was burned. Yeah, that's how it works.
Like father, like son.
Then I put my bandages over my mouth again. For decoration, obviously. Then 9 o'clock rose, then my parents came to see me. I was just minding my own business, watching TV. Then they said, asked me if I wanted a glass of water. I replied with a simple, yes. Then the drama started. Drama. Eat ice cream down at the harbour. I'm slipping between Australia and Bostonian so much. They asked me to take the bandages off my mouth so they could check my mouth, and then my mom screamed. She said, Sam, what did you do to your face? I replied with, what? Then I looked in her, oh yeah, I said, about that. My mom stopped speaking. My dad took the lead. Then the next week, they were never seen out of that house again. In fact, I was going nuts, and I became a serial killer. The end! That random storytelling build to the climax, and then the following action is just perfectly executed. Yes?
That's water.
It's empty. I was disappointed too. Number one. Who is number one? You know what? Since you've been asking, why don't you choose one?
Who, me?
Yes. And you are?
I'm Aaron. I'm Dak.
Okay. So, which category do you want to go to? We may have time for another after this, but I don't know. You can do I don't know, you figure it out. It was just a glitch. Get Mary Sue or the idiot box. Okay, I don't know, you figure it out.
What was the one that was like the Slenderman? The random.
Okay, you have two choices left in this category. Dopaemon or Slenderman Biscay. Slenderman Biscay. It's supposed to be message. And you know what?
We just have tentacles, so we know where the
He spelled the title differently in different places, so it's a little hard to find. Okay, here it is. I was Luca, My Little Pony Fried Ship is Magic. Season 3, Episode 1. I got sucked into My Little Pony, it's so addicting. I went on one of the links on Google and came up with a weird video. Here, this is what it was. It had someone sounding like they were screaming in pain. And then there was a faceless guy, but he had hair. And I weird monster-like thing that's hard to explain. I don't know why I put so many D's after R. And it looked old, and the quality was too good either, kind of fuzzy. This is a true story. At the beginning, it said, "Let's make fries." Fries. So I thought to myself, Slender Man? No, it can't be. It was a confusing moment, but that's what I remember. Okay, we got 5 minutes left. That should be enough time to do one more story. And you know what? That was +1, so you get to choose again. You want to stay in that category and do the last one, or move on? All right, Idiot Box, get very soon, or it was just a glitch. Idiot Box it is. Okay, your choices are Evil Power Rangers, Popeye the Sailor Man Theory, or Inuyasha Disturbed episode. Oh, okay, we're ending on Inuyasha. Okay. Let's try to end on a high note. Well, for this panel, at least. One Sunday morning, I wanted to watch Inuyasha, but this wasn't an ordinary Inuyasha episode. There was no intro, no recap, just a black screen, and the title says, "Buy it!" in red, bloody, capitalized text. If they were talking about merchandising, but in a very disturbing way. It begins normal, like any other Inuyasha episode would, with Kagome playing with Inuyasha, Naroku, Shippo, and Kilala. But Sango was in a shed in the dark, watching Kagome's old videotapes of commercials from the 1990s. What time period are they? They have to be modern times. As she saw these old commercials, she got out her credit card, which she has, I guess, and she keeps saying, "Buy it, buy it, buy it!" Sango went outside to the old mall to buy the Electrophone and the Magnavision. Then Sango went back to the shed. The others looked at each other. Kagome went into the shed to see if Sango was okay, but Sango turned toward Kagome with her eyes were bloody red, and she was foaming from her mouth, and she kept on saying, "Buy it!" Kagome felt shocked, and she closed the door. As Sango was watching some commercials, she saw the Fishin' Around ad. She grabs her credit card, and a clip of Nostalgia Critic saying, "A credit card! I'll kill you! I'll kill you!" But as Sango was walking outside with her credit card, a still shot of Sango was slicing the Nostalgia Critic's neck with her credit card. The still shots kept on going, as the Fishin' Around music was playing, weirdly, like it was playing in reverse. Another shot was the Nostalgia Critic lying dead with X's on his eyes, and a voiceover of Sango saying, "Never leave home without it." It was the most disturbing thing I'd ever seen. Another disturbing scene with Sango was watching a Chicken Limbo commercial, then another still shot of the Chicken Limbo at a slaughterhouse getting slaughtered by Sango, while the Chicken Limbo song was playing backwards in a lower pitch, and the still shots kept going on until after Sango chopped off his head. The screen went black for a few seconds, then the static blurs to red blood, chicken blood to be exact. A still shot was a dead baby born with blood came out of its eyes and urine, an open throat, and a shadow of Sango like she killed that baby born and took that picture. Then static for a few seconds, then another still shot was the Take Care of Me triplets being shoved in an easy bake oven by Sango! Yeah, that'll do it. As it's like the animators had nothing to animate this, so they decided to use still shots throughout Sango's sick fantasies. After Sango sees all the commercials and has sick fantasies, she was out of breath, sweating blood, and she passes out. The next few months, Sango woke up from that horrible nightmare, and Buroku said that wasn't a nightmare. That she really passed out, and she was in a coma for 6 months. Then we see Sango's credit card bill. Oh, here's the true one. As I was going to show the price, it cuts to black. And static with red blood, with a real woman screaming, happens to be Sango, then cuts to black again. Then the end credits roll normally, but with the first ending. But Kagome, Sango, and Kikyo were replaced by Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Booberry. And the show ended without showing what episode is coming up next time. It was the most... Yeah, I hope the Lucky Charms guy's in the next one. It was the most disturbing Inuyasha episode I've ever seen in my life. I had several nightmares of it, but all that passed. I've seen all of the Inuyasha episodes, but not like this. Maybe they put that on TV for a sick joke. And I will never let Sango the same way again. And that's it, we're done. Thank you so much for coming to this panel. And I hope you enjoyed Kelly's Finger Pearl Circle.